Yeah, it's cold, it's wet, it's dark, so we're cod fishing. We're at the arrival of a low front, northeasterly low front that's coming through, and hopefully that's going to bring some fish onto shore. Oh, it's been a pretty poor season for me at the moment. I think I've only landed 2 or 3 fish over 40 centimeters for maybe 6 or 7 sessions, and given the fishing in these parts what it can be, that's pretty poor, to be honest. So this is the first time I've been able to fish the right conditions all season, I think. Although tomorrow probably been better because we've got 6-foot swells forecast, whereas at the minute it's reasonably flat, but due to rise tonight as the weather approaches, the wind increases and the rain increases. So because of that, I'm going to apologise now and say sorry for any wind noise on the microphones. I'm doing my best to limit it. I've got dead cats and all sorts on there, but it's also raining as well, so any water on the screen or on the lens, I'll try to keep them dry, but I'm sorry. This is the nature of the beast when it comes to fishing for cod off the northeast coast of England. We're looking for bad weather and bad conditions, and that tends to be where the best fishing is, so also means it's the hardest time to film. But let's stop talking and let's get kitted up and get on the beach and get set up before the real bad weather comes. Oh, look how wet I am already. I've only been here for a couple of minutes setting my camera up. So I'm going to try an up and over rig again because the tide's quite high. I'm quite far away from the snaggy ground, so I'm going to give this a blast. Oh, that's me water in the car. Ah, my energy drink. Bugger. The wind's blowing, so I'm going to go for a 7-ounce grip rather than a plain lead. It's only meant to be a light shower until later on. Classic. Sand on these. Waterproof my camera equipment as good as I can, but I can imagine something breaking tonight. Be on this GoPro only, so and the audio is terrible on them. The up and over I was using the other week had a 1.5 meter long trace on it, and it was massive. It was way too fiddly. So this one I've tied up's got a lot lower. Sorry, it's about 1 meter, I would say, maximum. Woo! Arctic air's pretty chilly on the wet hands. Feels like a good night for cod fishing. Water's nice and coloured as well. First bait in the water, and feels good, feels fishy tonight. I'm hoping that none of the setup breaks and you can still hear us alright. The wind muffler on my GoPro's dead already, so it's not a good start because the wind's light now, but it's due to howling a bit. But yeah, get in. A couple of yellowtails on the end of a up and over rig. Jury's still out on this rig yet. I've not caught a fish on one. I do have my usual Pennel Paternosters in my box just in case. Let's give this 20 minutes or so. Give this a 20-minute soak and yeah, see what happens. Oh, ho, ho. What's going on with my rod tip? I reckon I've got a huge piece of weed on there. swell's not big enough to make it bend that much. Well, this has had about half an hour now, and I think the only thing I'm getting here is weeded. So if you can see the bend in my rod tip. The other thing as well is the tides dropped massively, so I think my lead's pretty much on dry ground. I'm going to wind this in. Oh yeah. There's plenty of weed out there. If only this was a fish. It's a big piece of weed. Gonna have to bring this up by hand. Jesus, look at this. Where's my rig clip? Oh, there's my rig back. A nice piece of kelp there. I think the best thing that I'm going to have to do here is to chop my line, because that a big pile of weed is a big pile of weed. All of this is just sitting around the swivel on the end of my line. That's a big start, a bad start. Woo! It is fucking howling. Sorry for swearing, it is howling. I'm chucking it down. Get in, cod fishing weather. Well, that's my next bait in the water, second one. Just been back to the car because I left my bottle of water in there. I was chatting to a few lads down there. They've had no weed on the line. I've had massive chunks, and in fact I was just tripping over the kelp when I was on my way to the cast there. So if it doesn't clear up, I'm going to move further down towards them. So far they've had one flatty and a coolie between 3 of them in 4 casts, so although it seems like great cod fishing weather, they're not here yet. Still time though. Right, well, it looks like I'm weeded up again. Had half an hour, my rod's bent like that, so the tide's about 50 yards away, so time for a fresh bait, I think. This is a monster. Gonna go down to the water. Oh, it's right there. Woo, it's a big piece of weed. Well, it's not going well so far. Gotta move diagonally right down the beach a bit. See if I can find a patch in this weed, so you know I'm telling the truth. Look at that. Woo. Well, my hook's got stripped. It's either the weed's taking it off or the crabs have. God, this beach is soaking wet. Should be dry sand, but this is all rainwater. It's my last cast with this rig, and then I'm going to move over back to my usual Paternoster, because so far this up and under's not brought us anything except weed. But I was speaking to a couple of guys just then, 2 local guys who I see every time I'm down here actually, and they said the snow forecast for tonight, it's actually, and I fully believe them. So if you can see that, that's the wind blowing the 7-ounce lead out to the side. that cast out, the wind's taking it 45 degrees away from us, so I'm now fishing diagonally across the waves, which ain't great, especially when there's this much weed in the water, because it's increasing the surface area that the line's exposed to in the water. Just means it's going to get weeded up more quickly. Hopefully this wind might help push it through though, who knows. Doesn't feel like my jacket's waterproof anymore. I've got water dribbling down my arms on the inside of this. But, said it before, got to be in it to win it. One fish would be nice, just for this effort. But I'm fully enjoying it though. Come on, fish! Another battery on charge. It's my first one out. I can film this blank. There's my second big pile of weed there. Ooh. Trying to get the blood flowing again. Tied up with Paternoster. I need to get something that I'm familiar with on the line in these conditions, because with the wind and the weed bite detection's non-existent really. I'm going to give this a couple more minutes and bring it in and stick the Paternoster on. Doesn't feel too bad this time. Nice, so there's not much weed on that at all. There was some more that's just come off lower down the beach when my rigs come out of the water. But which is a good thing. It's a positive. Hopefully it stays away now, and can concentrate on trying to see if I get a bite or not. The three lads that were down there, I didn't notice it, but they've packed up and gone, so I'm guessing they weren't getting many fish, like me I guess. But I've got plenty of bait, so I'm going to stick it out. I really wanted a snow, it'd be mint. Come on, let's get another bait on. I don't know if you can see how red my hands are, but they're numb as. I just stuck the hook in my hand there and I can actually feel it. I don't even know why I bother to speak, to be honest, because I've got no idea whether you can hear us or not. That's my third cast. My hands are pretty red and numb. Everything's soaking. Feels good though. Feel a little bit better if I had a fish here. Well, that's the forecast. Thought the wind was going to die down a bit, but it's only going to get stronger. Stronger gusts, stronger average. Above 95% chance of precipitation, so it's not going to die down. I think in reality I'm only going to see a big bite tonight. There's too much movement in my rod and the wind. I was thinking about lowering my rod down in the rest. I'm trying to keep my line up over the water, keep it out of the weed. But I'll be happy with one big bite. Nice cold can of coffee. Now on that cast, the weed's gone, just need some fish. So that's my next bait in the water. Just moving forwards a bit now. I think I'm maybe going to give it one more cast after this one. It's 10 o'clock. There's nothing happening. Not bottling it. Well, I am a bit, I guess. Fingers crossed. I can't even cross my fingers at that done. Don't understand it. There must be a fish lurking around in these conditions. They don't obviously care about the rain, but it, you know, it's blowing a good northerly. Swell's picking up. Colour in the water. There should be a fish about. Persevere for a bit longer. Well, finally something that looked like a bite. Looked like I got slack lines. When I've just lifted into it, I think my rotten bottom's just triggered. I'm going to have to bring this in. I've either lost my lead or tripped my grip. My rig and everything's just getting washed down the beach, and I cannot keep the bottom. It's a shame that bait had only been in the water a couple of minutes. Right, let's bring that in. On the plus side, it looked fishy. Well, the wind's just stepped up another level. 10:30 has been 3.5 hours without a bite. Tell you something for nothing, if I do catch a fish and it's on size, it's coming home for me tea. Had a bite. The rod tip was going bouncing. I lifted into it, thought it was slack-lined, but nothing there. Means I'm going to have another cast. That must have been a nice fish. Well, I'm good about that. Been waiting hours for that bite. But then I'm really positive again. It's like, come on. I don't mind being soaking wet. The arms, the water's just dribbling down. And I'm sure I can feel it in my waders as well, but got another bait in the water, so hopefully let's convert it if I get it one more bite. Bait was in the water for a matter of minutes. Skinny little codlin. Yep, skinny little codlin. Let's get it back and see if his dad's out there. that makes it all worthwhile. Woo-hoo-hoo! And all of a sudden I feel warm again. Well, that's got to be my last cast, I think, because pretty much out of bait. It's a shame because I feel warm again now. That's it. No more bait. I'm done. God, my hands are numb after carrying that stuff. Oh, look how wet my jackets are, my sleeves are. Oh, as a tip, if you ever in these conditions, wear wool. I've got a nice wool top under here, which even when it's wet, stays warm. I am soaking, just in patches, mind. Oh, feels nice to be out of that. What a night. It's 25 to 12. Aye, it's been a bit of an endurance fest, I think. The forecast was wrong as usual. It shouldn't have been this kind of windy straight away. And it was just meant to shower for a while, and then turn that techno down. Just meant to shower for a while and then kind of die down. Well, the wind was meant to die down anyway, but obviously it's just got worse. My hands, haven't felt like this since I used to go ice climbing. Just feel the pain starting now. What we used to call the screaming barfies, because they make you want to scream and puke with the pain, or just normal hot aches, I guess. Carrying a metal tripod and a fishing tripod and camera tripod in that weather's just it's pain. I think I'm going to make some sort of neoprene carry holster, or bring some gloves next time maybe. If you've got this far, thanks for persevering, because I know the conditions were terrible for filming. I don't know how much you can hear or even see given the rain. It's been a bit of a struggle fest really. First the weed was, you saw it, big balls of weed. No bites for hours, and then just 2 bites right at the end, and one little cod, which just made the whole day really. I know I'm moaning a bit now, but actually I really enjoy this type of thing. It's, I don't know, you kind of hate it while you're doing it, but then, after you've finished and you're back in the car or at home sipping a beer or whiskey or something, you think, yeah, that was canny. Would have been even better with some bigger fish, but I didn't bank, which is the main thing. And the other lads on the beach all packed up and went a few hours before us because of the rain and the weather. I was a little bit surprised that there weren't any bigger fish, given the conditions. They're pretty much perfect, but anyway, I'm going to get the heaters on full. They're on 29 now. Thank you very much for watching, if you've made it this far again, and please like and subscribe my video, and tell your mates about the channel. That would be great. And until the next session, tight lines.